Now let's get these ink ribbons stored and away we go.
Rebecca, you're safe.
I saw you in the garden. I've caught up with you at last.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Don't go out alone.
Yes, sir.
Chris, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now you're wrong! I was formerly with Umbrella, yes. But now I'm prepared to face anything. Even getting rid of you vigilante stars.
Now, the worst possible situation has occurred. The failure of the experiment created a virus, a biological weapon, polluting the entire lab.
No, the worst happened with the Tyrant virus. I lost some of my STARS team members because of it.
You killed them with your own hands. Did you kill Enrico?
Really?
Yeah, like this.
Rebecca!
Don't move! If you do, I'll kill you. Chris, I have something to show you. Now, walk.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant! Chris? Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful. This is your savior? You say this failure is your savior?
You can make sure yourself whether Tyrant is a failure or not. Go to hell. Jill will join you too. What? Don't come this way! No!
kill me.
So that's it. That was the next new boss fight. Pretty easy. Tyrant doesn't really do too much. Unless you let him get close to you, but he's not very fast, so. Hell, you could even take him out with a handgun if you had enough bullets.
Wow!
Ha! It seems like this bulletproof jacket is pretty strong.
I see.
How about Captain Wesker?
He is sleeping with the ultimate failure. Hurry up. I want to get out of here.
Excuse me, Chris.
What, Rebecca?
I saw a research file in this lab. It said that a great deal of research on the Tyrant virus exists right here. We should blow this place up.
We are already into it over our heads. Rebecca, can you do it?
Yes, sir. I'll set off a triggering system for a bomb.
Okay, now we have a chance to escape. See you outside the house. Jill! Sorry for making you wait.
Chris! I knew I could trust you.
Let's go. There's no need to stay.
If you're wondering how we got her out of there, if you remember back to one of the files that we actually read at one point, that when the triggering system is activated, all electronic doors will be unlocked.
Let's get going. Let's get going.
This is Brad. I have a fuel shortage. Okay, this is the last try. If somebody's alive, please send a sign.
There is 3 minutes until explosion. I made it! I set off the triggering system to the bomb!
Great! Rebecca, Brad's up in the helicopter.
Look at those monsters!
Let me take care of them. Chris, get in contact with Brad right away.
Okay.
And here we have it, the final boss fight against Tyrant again. And he is pissed that we kicked the crap out of him last time.
Chris, use it! Destroy the monsters with it!
Rocket launcher. And then of course I miss. How anticlimactic was that? So there we have it. Resident Evil. We've got the good ending, which is the main thing we were going for. It's finally over. The good ending, of course, is completing the game while rescuing both of your teammates. Since I was using Chris, that will count for Rebecca and for Jill. So I didn't explain how to do all of that while I was going throughout the game. To save Rebecca, remember when she was being cornered by a hunter and we killed the hunter and saved her? At one point, that can happen in two different rooms, by the way, as I mentioned earlier. But at one point you'll actually hear her scream, and if you either don't get there fast enough, you're not supposed to know where it is, of course. If you don't get there fast enough, or you just choose, if you know where it is and choose not to get there, Rebecca essentially dies, and you have to trigger the system manually towards the end, the self-destruct, and that is basically Rebecca out of the game. Other than that, it's all about the 3 optional modiscs and then using them to get their passcodes, which obviously unlocks the door for Jill, and then going back to the key thing is to go back to get her once all the electronic locks are unlocked. So yeah, there we have it, Resident Evil Chris playthrough. I'm expecting about a little over 4 hours grade, in around 4 hour time on the time to completion. I can do it in less than 3, but like I said, for this playthrough, I was doing a kind of somewhere between average and beginner. So the game that basically started the entire genre and created an absolute legacy. So let's see what we got. Okay, it's closer to 5 hours, 457. Number of saves 6. We obviously didn't save it too often, but yeah, pretty good result. Took very little damage, had a decent amount of ammo left over, at least for the Magnum. I usually save that for boss killers and towards the end. So that's it. The game that sets the tone for the entire series up to a point. It's Resident Evil. It's legendary. It's iconic. There's pretty much nothing I can say about it. That hasn't been said already. It's a massive part of my childhood and even of my adulthood. And now you see we've got the special key there as well. That's the special key I mentioned. You can even see the room in the background just there, where you can actually change your costume. So I'm going to save the game, which will leave us with the save file to start over again with that particular key in our I don't believe it starts in our inventory. I think it's in the first box that we find, but you get the idea. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it if you've seen Resident Evil before, or if this is your first experience into it. If this is your first experience into it, that's not the greatest start, but yeah, that's Resident Evil. I'm looking forward to doing some more. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 7 releasing very soon. I may do a Jill playthrough between now and the release of Resident Evil 7. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed any of the videos in this section, or if you had any comments or questions, whatever, leave them in the description below and I'll get back to them hopefully as soon as possible. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. Looking forward to the next one.